Good morning, welcome to the market view for Friday the 25th of April 2014. And starting off with the daily chart, looking at yesterday, we can see the range of each subsequent day is becoming narrower and narrower. It's unprecedented. I've not seen the markets this quiet for years, in fact, if ever, in 23 years of trading. Let's just go down to the 30-minute and I'll show you what I mean. Yesterday, this is the sum total of the range. The market was stuck in this sideways range. You can see there were 4 or 5 potential signals and not a single one was filled because the prices following the signals just didn't move sufficiently to actually fill the trade. In fact, if you come up to the tools button and then get the pip measurement tool, if we go from the low up to the high here, you can see that all we had was a 40 pip range, whereas this time last year we were having ranges of 200 pips or more. So something is going on. The market is incredibly quiet, and for whatever reason that is, I do not know at the moment. But one thing I do know is that when the market does break out of this sideways range, then the moves are going to be quite significant. As David Kaplan, who wrote The Option Secret in the early 1990s, said that when the volatility is low, we can expect a big move, and that's certainly the case. So it's a matter really of watching the market coil itself into this sort of spring and then releasing all of the energy. I mean, that's what the markets do, but I've not seen this in the pound, that's a certain fact. I mean, if we look at the overnight, we've got from the sort of low there to there, which is a 13 pip range. It's like I say, it really is unknown and unprecedented. I've not seen this before. So there's not an awful lot to report this morning because the market is coiling itself into this sort of spring-like range at the moment, and then at some point no doubt will break out. And again, you can see that in the 60-minute as well. So yesterday incredibly quiet. Let's see what news we've got today that should bring the market out. We've got the Italians are on holiday. Retail sales for the UK forecast to be lower, so that might create a bit of news to begin with, and that's one of the news items that I'm not too concerned about unless they really want to move the market out of this sideways range. And well, we got after that nothing from the US until we got revised UOM consumer sentiment, which is out at 255. So mortgage approvals as well, but medium impact. So nothing to move the markets today either. So again, unless there's something happens on the geopolitical front, then expect the markets to remain in this sort of sideways range that we can see at the moment. Just go back to the daily chart, and just in case the market does break out, let me just widen these bars for a second and click on there, just bring that back a bit, and let's have a look, see if we can find some sort of profit targets just in case the market breaks out to the upside. We will have, I can just delete that again and start again. So from the, I don't know why that's doing that, it shouldn't be doing that. Let's hope if you get the right tool. It's the fib retracement tool we're after. There we go. So from the high to this low, again, it takes us to that sort of 68.21 level. So really the 68.21 level is going to be the issue, and also these highs that we've got here should the market break to the upside. If it breaks to the downside, what have we got? Probably from here to this high, so back in this sort of range that we saw the other day as well. So you can see a very tight trading range here. We'll just get rid of the markup and then get the tools, the pip measuring tool again. Let's just go from this high down to here just to see what sort of ranges we are getting at the moment. 79 pips, which is a very, very narrow range indeed. When you consider this was over 200 pips, and you know, over 100 we can get something out of it, but below 100 pips there's nothing on the table because the market needs to move quite a way to actually get some pips out of it. If this continues, then what we can do is consider moving down to a smaller time frame, which I will discuss next week. We'll just see how it goes today, but there is a possibility of doing that. However, when it's stuck in the sideways range and you go to a smaller time frame, you can end up with more losses. And I've said before, I'd rather have no trade than a losing trade. So I'll be quite happy to sit and wait this one out, which hopefully won't be for too long. Right, well, that's it for this morning, also for this week. Have a great weekend. Let's hope that the pleasant weather continues. I will see you on Monday. As ever, thank you for your support and also for watching.